There is a moment when winter has not yet left, but beneath the snow, something has already decided. The ground is still cold, the forest holds its breath, spring has not yet dared to speak its own name, and yet something begins to rise. Too early, too fragile, too precise to be an accident. We call them snowdrops. Snowdrops are not just flowers. They are a question that nature asks winter. Galanthus nivalis, the milky flower of the snow. Seen through the eyes of botany, there is no miracle in a snowdrop, and yet everything about it feels like one. In reality, they know the cold well. Their cells remember winter. The early flowering is not a miracle, but a survival strategy. Snowdrops use the short window between melting snow and the appearance of dense tree foliage. While the forest is still transparent and sunlight freely reaches the ground, they complete their entire flowering cycle. Their cells contain compounds that help them withstand low temperatures, and the bulb functions like a reservoir, storing resources in summer, so that in early spring the plant does not depend on external warmth. Snowdrops also contain an alkaloid called galanthamine, a substance used in medicine to treat neurological conditions. A flower that symbolizes awakening is quite literally connected to memory and the human brain. In this sense, reality is no less astonishing than myth. And still, people have always seen more than biology in this flower. In myths, snowdrops are signs of passage, flowers that appear between worlds, between winter and spring, between sleep and awakening, between darkness and light. Some legends say they are the first allowed to emerge. Others say they hear the earth breathe before any other plant. They are now allowed messengers. This is not a flower of triumph, it's a flower of a careful step. Over time, this image became deeply rooted in European cultural symbolism. In many regions, snowdrops were associated with purification and renewal, not dramatic rebirth, but the quiet clearing after winter. In the Victorian language of flowers, they signified consolation and hope, a reassurance offered without spectacle. In parts of the Balkans, the first spring flowers were believed to carry protective qualities. They were not treated as decoration, but as something to be respected and sometimes left untouched. Christian folklore tells of snowdrops appearing as a sign of comfort, a reminder that exile and cold are not internal states. The flower becomes less a celebration and more a reassurance. They also hold a special place in the Fairytales, including the 12 months, where snowdrops become a symbol of broken time and the human desire to rewrite the order of the world. In folklore studies, this is known as a motif of disrupted seasonal order. A plant blooming out of season signals not beauty, but imbalance. Snowdrops are not chosen in this tale by accident. Unlike a rose or a summer blossom, they already stand on the threshold between seasons. They are a permitted miracle, but only within their appointed time. When the flower is demanded here and now, the narrative shifts from wonder to power, from harmony with nature to domination over it. The tale reminds us miracles are possible, but they always demand a price. Snowdrops do not belong to a whim, they belong to a moment. Snowdrops are protected not only by stories. In many countries, they must not to be picked in the wild, and their trade is regulated by international conservation laws. They may look fragile, but it's human desire that makes them vulnerable. Without protection, they can disappear from the forests where they have long been the first breath of spring. So, the snowdrops is not only a symbol of hope, it is also a reminder of boundary. Not everything beautiful is meant to be taken. When a snowdrop steps out from beneath the snow, the world takes its first breath between darkness and light. And here, reality and the myth meet. A snowdrop does not promise spring. It does not guarantee a warmth. It simply says, change is possible. That is why, across cultures, it became a symbol of hope, quiet, fragile, the kind that appears first and risks the most.